Hi everyone, so as you guys know, I'm going back to school come this fall. Today as I'm recording this, and I need to record this because if I don't do it today, then it won't happen. So I'm recording, or rather I'm documenting my journey right from the start. If you want to go back to school, this is 2026 June. So maybe the video that I'm about to do is going to help you be able to know kind of how my journey is so far and kind of give a picture of what it would be for you. So just for background sake, I didn't do my BSN here. I started back home in Africa, in a country called Kenya, and I'm going back to school to do doctorate in nurse practitioner as a psychiatric nurse. And let me tell you, boy, it's been one hell of a journey already. So many requirements. So right off from the start, after you have done your application and you get your acceptance letter, now before I need to start getting registered for the course, there are a few things I'm required to do. And last week it was so busy. I didn't know it's gonna be that, but that's how it turned out to be. So sit down, relax, and listen to the story. When you go to this school, so I'm required to have, it's not a purely online program. Once a week, we will be required to go to school. And I think it's because of that reason that a few things I'm going to mention are going to pertain just me. If you're going to 100% online classes, maybe you may not be required to do this. So number one thing they need, vaccination. Now I've had my MMR titers and I was good with that. They need hepatitis. No, this is where the challenge is for me. I have the titers, the hepatitis titers, but now they need you to get proof of 2 or 3 doses of hepatitis B and a titer. So I didn't have proof of that. I've gotten it before, but I didn't have proof. So I'm beginning to get my shots. I got the first shot about 15 days ago. So I need another shot after a month from that date. And then 4 weeks later, I will need to do a titer. Then I'll be able to submit. Number 2 thing that they need is the TB test. So 5 years ago when I was coming, I did the gold TB test, blood test, and it turned out to be positive. And as you guys know, once it has gone positive, it doesn't go back. So there was that argument of, it's because in Kenya we get the BCG. So I went to the institution to ask more about this, and the nurse practitioner did a very good job to explain to me why getting a BCG vaccine does not automatically mean your TB gold test is going to be positive. However, if you do a TB skin test and you had a BCG vaccine when you were younger, that one will automatically turn positive. But with blood, it doesn't have to be. So that means I have latent TB. So I have 2 options. One, to get treatment. However, the challenge with that is you'll get treatment, but again, the TB test will never go back to negative. So anytime you're looking for a new job, they may need you to show proof of recent treatment. The next thing they're doing, if you don't want that, you need an X-ray every 5 years. And that's what I went for. The X-ray that I had done, it's almost expiring come next month. So I had to go in, get a chest X-ray, which was obviously negative. I don't have any symptoms whatsoever. So I submitted that. They took that in. So now another thing they needed was my transcripts straight from school going to university. I had done that before during the application process, and now they made me do it again. I had done it through WES, the World Evaluation Services. Now they asked me they won't accept the WES documentation, even though it has been sent to the NACES. That is the platform they use to have students send all their copies there. So I had to contact my university to have them send the documents straight to the school. So that is where we are. And remember, guys, as I had told you earlier, or maybe I didn't, as part of the application process, I was required to do an English test. So I went in and negotiated that, because I told them, hey, I've done this before. I've been in the US for the last 5 years. The patient population, 95% is English speaking. I have no issues with expressing myself in English or understanding instructions. Can we waive this requirement? Because the guys who have done these English tests, they can be daunting, you know. However, I wasn't sure if they're gonna accept that. I still went ahead and prepared for the exam, bought the resources, booked for it. At the last minute, they told me, hey, we hear you, we're gonna waive that requirement for you. So I didn't have to do that exam. Now, I'm going in for this program. It's gonna take me 4 years part-time. If you are going in full-time, it's 3 years. And I'm going for part-time because of other life responsibilities. I'll still be working, still have a family and all that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. I'm purposing to document at least every week. So let me know, guys, if this is what you want to hear about this journey, and if you are thinking about going to school as a psychiatric nurse or going back to school, just let me know if this is the information that you would like to listen to. All right, so see you on the next one.